Is watching the trial of the Army officer accused of the mass shooting at Fort Hood, Texas, more closely tonight than the father of a Norwood soldier. Howard Berry's son, Staff Sergeant Josh Berry, was wounded in the 2009 massacre. Tonight, Berry is talking only with 9 on Your Side reporter Bryce Onslinger.
Army Staff Sergeant Josh Berry served in the 1st Infantry, sometimes perched high atop mountains watching out for Taliban insurgents.
He had to be on his toes. You know, there just weren't very many American troops.
Then Berry came home to what he thought was the safety of Fort Hood, Texas.
He sounded like he'd won the lottery.
Berry was just a few signatures from heading home when Major Nidal Hassan opened fire, killing 13 troops and wounding 32 more.
The next time I spoke with him was after the shooting, and it wasn't the same person.
His father says Berry looked eye to eye with Hassan as his son held a door closed during the rampage, most likely saving the lives of the 7 other soldiers in the room. Berry dove for cover when gunshots started coming through the door, separating his shoulder in the process. He survived the attack, but his life would never be the same.
He never recovered. He was tortured every day for the rest of his life.
After the shooting, Berry suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. His father says he even stood guard outside his son's apartment so he could sleep. And 3.5 years after the Fort Hood shootings, Staff Sergeant Josh Berry took his own life.
He had trouble sleeping. He had trouble eating. It just ate him up.
Berry feels soldiers suffering from PTSD are not being taken care of.
Well, this didn't have to happen.
Now he's doing everything he can to try to make sure what happened to his son doesn't happen to other Fort Hood survivors.
It's too late for my son, but there's some other people that are affected by this.
Berry has written every senator, member of Congress, and the president. Of the 540 letters he sent, only 8 offices responded.
I'm just saying, just do what's right. Just do what's right by these folks.
Bryce Onslinger, 9 on Your Side, Cincinnati.
Berry tells us he'll soon travel to Washington. Senator Rob Portman's office says it will make sure Berry is able to meet Senator Portman, senior Pentagon authorities, and members of Congress. Major Nidal Hassan's court-martial is in its 8th day. If the jury convicts him, Hassan faces a possible death penalty, but has said death would make him a martyr.